I share my screen also. I gave you a few problems to solve. May I know any update on that? Uh, what I was actually asking you is those problems. If you see my screen, I wanted you to create one repository. Yeah, saying like okay, JS problems, and maybe then start solving those problems. You know what I'm saying? Solve and push the code actually. Push the code to GitHub. On top of this, I think I also wrote saying, you know, explain or document actually. See what you have implemented, which logic you have implemented. Documentation, explaining to others is also an important thing in software development. You might think, okay, I'll do programming, I know programming, I'll get you the output. You tell me whatever program or issue, I'm going to do it. No, that is not all. So what I'm saying, so you write a program. So in that you program, put comments, write some documentation. Okay, what is this doing? Or what is the logic? What is this, line doing? Have some, maybe I can show you some examples also. Okay, GitHub, JS programs. I might get a lot of repository where people have put. Let's see if this has. See, someone has done a practice programs. See how many programs he has practiced. Do you see the count? It's a never-ending list. Yeah, it's that big list they have practiced. You see? Who? Someone like Abhinandan Singh. Okay, check leapyear.js file. He has written a code. Yeah, okay. He has a logic. Okay, this is how it looks like. He has he's taking a input and he's checking the leap year. Okay, good enough. Let's see if some other file has decimal to binary factorial. Okay, not much, but still, I see like he has done a lot of programs. Yeah, partial. Okay, maybe he's still doing it. Yeah, at least this is good enough. JavaScript programs and these many files with along with HTML. He has done a lot of programs. Yeah, so there, maybe just to tell you, I'll show you maybe in this itself. Let's say you add some documentation. Yeah, so put some documentation in this. So it is asking me to fork it, maybe not required. I'll just show you. Let's say if this is a program, I'll add some comment. Okay, maybe so we'll put double line comment. Uh, then here we'll say okay function to check leap year. The name itself is saying this is like here. Yeah, accepts year as input and returns what? Returns or it's not returning anything, right? Okay, so basically you write okay like this. Okay, returns a boolean value. So what is a leap year? That also you explain. Leap year is a one, okay, which is divisible by 4, correct? Leap year means what? What is your logic? Now what are you doing here in this line? Okay, you have to put that comment. If you simply write, it takes a lot of time to understand. Checking if today's date is so and so. Yeah, if so, okay, else, so you're doing something. Or maybe you can put even comment here also. If not leap year. So I'm saying try to document like this your programs so that yeah you are explaining others to read your programs and also you will learn to document in the process. not explicitly asking you. Okay, write it. Okay, so anyone who'd like to give status like how many programs you did? Have you created a repo? May know where are you with respect to this problem solving? All right. Okay, may know anyone has done any program so far?
Sir, hello, sir.
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
ಸರ್ ನೀವು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಲೈಕ್ ಒನ್ ಕಂಪೈಲರೇ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಸರ್. ಲೈಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈವರ್ಸ್ ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಸರ್. ಅಂದರೆ ವಿ ಎಸ್ ಕೋಡಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇವ್ ಮಾಡಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ.
Shall one simple point. I'm saying I have asked you to push into GitHub, correct? To GitHub, even if you're done in one compiler, tomorrow it is difficult to aggregate yourself. You see why has this guy has put everything here? See what he is doing? Just to see his profile. I don't know who is he, what is he, but I'm just seeing his profile. See, this shows you that you have worked so many days actually. Do you see all these green dots? He will use it for no. He will put his profile. He will market it, saying that see all these days I have done code to earn this. Okay, this is called streak, correct? You could see that okay, he has done so many commits and throughout the year, and all his work is visible actually. He has got a lot of achievements also. These people won't share resume. What is there in the resume? It's what you write. What is here in this GitHub profile? Something practically has done actually. You understand? So when I'm asking you, don't say me that okay, no, it doesn't take much time. Point is not this. Point is putting into GitHub will take hardly 1 or 2 minutes. And you also have to learn like or you have to be in use of GitHub, correct? What will you do if I don't tell you after like maybe for 3 months? You will forget GitHub also. See, you have solved everything is fine. But I'm saying these programs, whatever I am asking, will not take maybe more than half an hour. You don't know like how to solve it? Search for a solution. Okay, there are two things. Okay, when I'm giving you a problem, there are two things. One is you don't know the solution. Other one, you know the logic, but you don't know how to write. If you have time, okay, solve both the problems, both one and two. If you don't have time, okay, solve at least implementation using JavaScript. I'm not just saying this for Kushal actually. This is the same thing for all of you. You are
Okay.
just silent. It's just that don't take it like okay, I'm only saying to him. You guys are not even responding.
Okay, sir, I understood.
I don't need just understanding. I need you people to act on it. I need you to take this seriously. Otherwise, there's no point in like spending your time is also waste. My time is also waste. Okay, so hereafter I want you guys to do all this. Otherwise, it is going to be tough, huh? It becomes difficult. Just remember this. Okay, so let's continue on some of the JavaScript topics that we discussed other day. Yeah. Uh, just to tell you, I think we understood uh, data types mainly, and I think variables, data types, and then with respect to interaction, we saw like there is an alert, prompt, and confirm box. I guess we did not discuss much on it, but let me talk with interaction. Okay, so let's say something. No,
Sir, till type
data types only.
conversion,
Okay, no, we didn't discuss till type conversion. I think interaction we didn't discuss much.
like briefly I explained, I think.
Briefly explained, correct? So we
Yes.
use, so basically there are three types of windows are there: alert window, prompt window, confirm window. Alert window, as you can see the syntax, so you alert and then you put some message here. See, interaction, basically how you notify the user or how you take input from the user, or confirmation. Are you sure you want to navigate? Are you sure you want to navigate away from this page? You might have seen this, correct? So let me show you the first type of alert. This is called, this is alert. And I told you in practice we use very less we use, but these are like in rare case we come across using them. For example, now I would like to receive input from the user. How old are you? So there is a method called prompt. It takes a message and it takes a default value. If user is not entering, then age will become 100. So let's see how does it this function looks like. See, so this is a default value. So now if you want, you can explain, put some value and then say OK. If you cancel it, there is nothing will be given. If you say OK, then it will display a next message saying alert, you are so and so old. Similarly, we got a confirm actually. Confirm, as the name itself suggests, this is a yes or no question. Are you the boss? Say yes or no. OK means the return value will be boolean true. If I press cancel, then it will take false. So the confirm method will return a value. Yeah, I mean return whether true or false. Whereas prompt will return whatever user enters in the input. Alert is simply a dialog which will present you the message. So likewise, you have got three, okay, interactive panels, I should say. Even for alert, you should either acknowledge it saying okay or cancel it. Okay, so with that, let's move on. This is a very small chapter. I think you can quickly remember this and then try to use them in actually, some of the programs so that you don't forget it. Yes, I remember saying about type conversion. Yeah, I remember talking about it. So we have a string, numeric, and boolean. These are basic primitive data types. So I think to start with, they're only introducing, okay. So these conversion, yeah, not going in detail, and there are some advanced conversions also possible. Not advanced, I mean, to the next level conversions. Example, what happens if I am converting an array into string? What happens if I am converting, maybe array into string is also very simple. It will become a string, but into a string into an object, or a string into number. I think we mostly see other types basically. Yeah, yeah, specifically object types from primitive. Okay, so we have got a built-in constructors or a built-in functions. You can take it for now. So we have got a string function, and you can pass a value that will convert a given value into a string. We have a chapter where we will discuss more in detail about what is a string in JavaScript, because it might be a bit different when it compared to other language. So, but here, yeah, so any data type which is of string type, yeah, so you can convert a boolean to a string value and also a numeric to a string value. So there, I think we are seeing some examples. So string conversion is mostly converting things into a string. Yeah. So there is something called object to primitive conversion. There we will see how objects fit in. Okay, because we are not yet understood what are objects, so that's why we are not interested in now, or it is too early to talk about that. Okay. So next thing I'm talking about numeric conversion. So in numeric conversion, you see mathematical functions and expressions happens automatically. If you remember last class what I mentioned, there is something called implicit conversion, explicit conversion. Now what is this section talking about is how you can do explicitly. You want to convert, you know that okay it is in wrong type, or you know that you want to add, so that's where you want to convert things into the number, or you want to convert things into a string or a boolean value. You have written an if condition or or some switch logic. There you want some expressions here, so you want some expression to be evaluated, and then finally you want it as a boolean value. So in those kind of case, this conversion actually is going to help. Yeah. Again, if you remember, I told you specifically boolean conversion. I think I did explain you, saying that there are you know five or maybe six boolean values. Yeah. Undefined, null, false, zero, and even NaN. So the I mean white space. Sorry, not NaN, white space. They are all boolean false values. Yeah, boolean conversion. They have given a table. Yeah, these ones. Empty, zero, null, undefined. Okay, even NaN is also included. NaN. They all will become boolean false. Yeah, if at all you try to convert using a boolean, for example, boolean of what? How do I convert it? Boolean of so and so value, boolean of, you take any value. So now let's say 5. What is it going to give? Can anybody tell me? Boolean of 5. Answer is
False.
true. Now how do I know boolean of 5 is true? There is one simple rule it says. See, boolean of, you know, the same, null, undefined, 0, yeah, anything of that I give, it becomes false. So there is a set of falsy values are there in JavaScript. This is a list. Easy to remember. Somehow you have to remember this list. So if any of these value comes, then for sure, if there is an implicit conversion or if it is an explicit conversion, in both the case, it will become false. That's what we have to remember. For example, if I have written an if condition and then suddenly a variable I am passing is that happens to be undefined, then what happens? So you know the answer now. Why? Because even though there is a conversion which is happening, when it converts, if condition expects an expression value to be a boolean value, now when it converts, it will become false. Why? Because the rule I remember is okay, anything which is undefined or even a null or even NaN will become false. String conversion, boolean conversion are bit easy, straightforward, even to remember also. But yeah, it is bit tricky to remember the numeric conversion. Why? Because there are so many values. Simple. So now what does a numeric conversion says? If you're clear with Boolean, so I'm talking about numeric conversion. So here they've given a kind of a table itself. If you say, you know, using number you can convert something into a number, meaning a numeric type. So you see a value of undefined will become NaN. So NaN is a special number. Yeah. Why? Because if you check type of NaN, it says it's a number. So we have learned previously like how to check the type of any value. So it's saying it's a number. So as you can see, we'll have to remember this table. Null will become 0. True and false. True will become 1 and false will become 0. And if you have string, it is going to trim the spaces. If the remaining string is empty, then result is 0. Given string, it is going to trim all the white space, and then it will, the result will become 0 if the string becomes empty. Otherwise, it will, you know, it will try to read that number from the string. If not, it's going to give an n. So they've given a lot of examples. So in this case, what happens? So there is a, there is a stripping of white space happens. Then it will become 1, 2, 3 once the white space is trimmed. So from this, it is going to convert into a, a number. So which will become 123 because from this we can extract. Let's say for the same number, if you put some alphabet, then it cannot convert that whole thing into a number. Then it becomes not a number. Similarly, true and false, if you give, it actually becomes, yeah, a boolean value, which is like true or false. True will become 1 and false will become 0. So like a truth table, you should remember this conversion until you are getting familiarized. You all know what is truth table. True and true is true. True or true is also true. How? How do you know? Because you have practiced it. You have used it. That's why you can say the answer like true or false. So these conversion rules, yeah, you will have to use it and you have to remember it. Yeah, I think most of it I have discussed in the previous class as well, but I just wanted to revise, the need for it and all. So this is an explicit conversion of types, specifically the mainly used primitive types. Okay, so any questions on that? Any questions on the type conversion? We will be discussing, or we have a chapter like later to understand about object to primitive conversion and vice versa. Operators, okay. Operators, I would say, are a dead easy concept. Okay, I'm not going to bore you with all the operators. Okay, we have got. I think I'll quickly cover these operators. Yeah. So wherever things are required, I'm going to highlight it. But it is again your duty also to read this operator and just familiar with what kind of operators we have in JavaScript. I'm sure this is you are going for the second. Okay, let's see. So what operators we have got? Basic operators. In that we have got maths. So maths means mostly arithmetic. Yeah, we have got binary operators also, unary operators also, assignment operators, and there is something called operator precedence. Yeah, so you see this chapter itself covers a lot of things. So you know what is unary, binary, and what is an operand. Anybody who doesn't know? Welcome. Bring great. Do you guys still hear me? Hope you all can hear me now. Let me share my screen as well.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
All right. So I was talking about operators. So we have got basic operators and mathematical operators. So we are going to understand. So we know many operators from school. Okay, not like we have previously studied addition, multiplication, subtraction, and so on. So JavaScript also has the same concept. And as a language, it inherits a lot of things from, or it borrows many concepts from other language like C and Java. So you see a lot of similarities. Okay, so there are some terms like unary and binary plus operand. Yeah. So when we are discussing operators, so let's say there's an equation called C is equal to A plus B. Here, plus is an operator. It's called operator. A comma B are actually called operands. Now let's say I write an equation with only one operator, or one operand, actually not one operator, one operand. This is called unary operator. Which one? The plus is called unary operator. If I use negation, so this is again a unary operator, because it works with only one operand, single operand, which is a. So as in the previous case, c is equal to a plus b, we say this is binary because it works with two operands, which is a comma b. So it's called binary operator. High level, we have this classification. Yeah, high level, we have this classification. But let's now understand. Okay, so different operator and their purpose actually. Mathematical related, you all can see. So there is no difference. JavaScript doesn't have a different operator for addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, even getting the remainder. They're all the same. No difference. Remainder is so this division and remainder. So I'm sure most of you are aware. So yeah, okay. So this will basically give you the remainder. Yeah, this will be give you, yeah, the division. Yeah, so like how much is that fraction? So one maybe different is exponent, which is star star. So exponent, if you want to see what exactly exponent works. So now let's say 2 to the power 3 is how much? 8. Yeah. How do you write that in expression? The answer is 2 star star 3. So which is like 2 cube. So this is that operator, exponent operator. Yeah. 2 to the power of 12 or 2 to the power of 10. 1024, 1 MB. Okay. So those are purely numeric operators, or the arithmetic operators we have. Don't say numeric, arithmetic operators. Apart from the basic operation, we have also got exponent in the form of 2 stars. Now the next operator that we have is unary operator. Oh, sorry, not unary, again a binary, which is string concatenation. You all might be knowing what is string concatenation. Yeah. So string concatenation is nothing but, you know, you want to join two strings, or you want to add something to the string, existing string. That is actually called string concatenation. So we use the same operator, which is arithmetic addition, which is plus, as a dual work, or it acts both arithmetic operator, also a concatenation operator in JavaScript. Here they have given example. You can concatenate two strings. You can concatenate a number with a string. You can concatenate uh, a string with a number. See what is happening. Do you see the outputs? 2 plus 2 plus 1. Most commonly asked, what will be the output? Yeah. So one very important to remember with this binary string operator is the plus operator. If at all it finds one of the operand is a string, if it finds one of the operator is, operand is string, then instead of doing an addition, it is going to do a concatenation. The best example is this one. So whenever we have 1 plus 2, which you are trying to add, here one of the operand happens to be string. Now tell me what is the output? You might expect this is 3. What if this 1
1,
gets converted to number? Yeah, what will be the output?
12,
It is in the string 1, 2.
in the form of string.
It doesn't become a number. Why doesn't become a number? Because whenever we have string, the implicit conversion is it will convert the other appender and also into a string. Part of implicit conversion, the other operand is also converted to 2. But this is different. For example, what if I do 1 star 2? Tell me now.
Two.
This is different. Okay, this is numeric 2. Whereas here it is string 1 2. Why? That's how the binary, you know, concatenation operator works. So it does concatenate with other thing. You pass boolean, you pass any type. It is going to just give you a concatenated value. Nope, sorry. Yeah. Uh, yeah, it is going to give you a concatenated value. Fine. Next, we have got numeric conversion unary plus. The name itself says it's a numeric conversion. And other thing it says unary operator. So far we saw examples like there's an operator in the form of, sorry, there's a function in the form of number which can be used for converting. How do we convert something to a, you know, a numeric value? And can you tell me what is the numeric value of false? Anybody who remembers what is the numeric value
Zeros.
of false? So numeric value of false is 0, correct? So now this unary operator, which means which works with only one operand, the operand operator name is unary plus, yeah, unary plus this operator. What happens if I, so meaning what we can use, this unary plus can be used to convert a given operand to a number. This is same as I'm writing plus false. This will automatically convert things into a number. That's what is unary plus operator, what we are looking at now. So you say x is equal to 1 plus x, it will give you 1 because there is no effect on the number. But let's say if I use some boolean value, it is going to do a conversion. If I use string, again it does a conversion. Earlier we saw, plus string, how come it becomes 0? Yeah, we saw numeric conversion. Previously we saw some, this thing, correct? We saw like, okay, there is a numeric conversion. There is a numeric conversion table itself. Yeah, it is going to convert a given string into, yeah, first it will trim off all the white space. If the remaining string is empty, then the result is 0, correct? Empty string with numeric conversion becomes 0. That's the same thing we are just understanding here. Again, we are trying to revisit the same value. Yeah. So, so the unary plus operator is used basically to convert into numeric value, convert a given type into numeric value without actually using the number function. So in programs, we actually tend to use this one. Yeah, plus, so that we don't write a lengthy number function. Instead, we use a plus. Okay. So what we learned? We learned operators, operand as a terminology, unary binary operators, mathemat math related or mathematical operators. We saw string concatenation, and now we just understood what is unary plus. So what is the purpose of operators? In any programming language, it is to write expressions. So when I have a lengthy expression, it is also very important to understand in, you know, in what order that expression gets executed. Well, the plus executes first, minus first executes, star first executes, or division happens first. We don't know, correct? Or it is important to know, right? Because that's how we can write a proper expressions actually. To understand that, we have got the next thing to understand is actually called operator precedence. We have got a precedence table itself. You see my screen? So one of you sent a question or something. Yeah, Akila, you have a question? Or you raised it by mistake?
Sir, I didn't get that unary plus option.
Okay. So first thing, unary plus is actually an operator which works with only one operand. Unlike this, though it is plus, here it is working with two, but here it is going to work with only one operand. That's why it is called unary plus. So now the next thing that you need to understand is this is used for converting a given type into a number. It is almost same as you using this function number to convert a given type. But using unary plus, I can simply write plus and so on. So okay, plus, and I can write variable name. Yeah, I'll write put some variable name. Then it is going to give me the value. Which value? The numeric converted value. How? Yeah, yes, based on this conversion, based on the numeric conversion. Few minutes ago, we understood what is numeric conversion and what happens with the numeric conversion. But this, if you just prefix plus, it means it is going to convert this into numeric. And the resulting value is what you're going to get in this expression. As simple as,
Okay, sir.
yeah. So I don't have to write number of false. I simply write plus false, then that's it. That's that same as or a shorthand of that. That's called unary plus. Okay, so let's move on. So what I was talking, it's very important to understand the operator precedence. Okay, we have an example here. Let's understand who will tell me the correct answer. So, okay, what is the output of this expression? Let's say I'm writing this. What is the output of this expression? Or what will be the out if I
Four.
just, how much? 4. Okay, why not,
Five.
why not 6? The same expression, why it is not 6?
Bodmer's rule, sir.
Yeah, bottomless, it's a rule, right? So basically that you know, that's the way we have remember actually bottomless rule as a rule like okay, bracket of division, multiplication, subtraction, and then addition. Now, the same stuff here also. Yeah. So for
Yes, sir. For
multiplication,
multiplication, we have higher precedency. So that's why
division
it
and
executing
multiplication
that
both are
multi.
same. Both division and multiplication. It's not
Yeah.
just multiplication. Okay. But it is not just division multiplication. What if I have an unary operator? Something like plus, what we just learned now.
Sir, it will execute first because
Yeah,
we do have
why?
more precedence. Yeah.
That's why. So they have
For the
defined the
tuner.
operator precedence. How do I know that executes first? We have got comma operator also. We have got plus operator. We have got exponent operator. We have got so a lot of operators. Now this section talks about so why first of all precedence is important just to understand the order in which the expression gets evaluated. The second thing is yeah. So with the precedence, we know which operator has highest and which operator has least precedence. And this table you will have to remember. Again, yeah, whenever we write expression, whenever we have a lengthy expression, this is very important. Now let me ask you one expression. You tell me whether you know the output or not. Just now we saw that. So 2 plus 2, yeah, plus, you know, 1. What is the output of this?
Sir,
Five.
41 in the form of string.
Why 41?
Sir, here actually expression will calculated from right. Sorry, evaluated from left to right. Here 2 plus 2 is 4, and it will string concatenation will come to in this picture. So
Right. So this is another
yeah.
important point. So though here operator precedence is same, both are plus. Why not this one first? Why? So there is no ambiguity because the expressions are evaluated from left to right. Correct? So wherever there is similar precedence, same precedence, yes, there is a left to right evaluation. The expression gets evaluated left to right. All right. So we have got so many operators and their precedence, and we know the Badamo's rule also. On top of that, you add this unary plus that has got a unary negation. Both have got highest precedence. Right? Okay. Moving on, we have got very important operator which is called assignment operator. Okay, that is comparison. Now another operator called assignment. Yeah. So the way, so here there is one tricky question I think. Yeah, we'll see. Generally, people will ask these kind of things in an MCQ. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people asking this in an MCQ. So you might think, okay, what is there in this operator, and then you will skip it. But these are kind of operators, they will test your knowledge. They want to test your specifically the operator knowledge. There will be one question for sure if you are facing any MCQs. That's why this whole assign operators chapter is very important. Equals to is assignment. We are assigning from right to left, correct? Here B is being assigned to 2. Yeah, you see here now. So you are again assigning B plus 1 to A and then 3. Yeah. So when it comes to the precedence, that's obvious for plus and minus, but also true for equals to. Okay. So basically assignment copies the value. Yeah. Assignment is copying the value. So which is which is a straightforward thing. But then there are some special cases like here. So where you got to chain the assignment. Yeah. Do you see chaining the assignment? A is equal to B is equal to C is equal to 2 plus 2. Now, can you tell me what is the value in A, B, C? So we are chaining basically. Yeah. Instead of doing multiple lines, multiple assignment. So in JavaScript, I mean, this is, though it is there, we don't recommend putting, in a multiple assignment. It is recommended you put in separate lines for assignment. Yeah. So in practice, we don't recommend writing this. As a best practice, avoid this. But what is the value of this assignment? So it is basically each one will carry the same value, whatever you assigned. So now what is the important to understand? So even in case of assignment, now it is not evaluating from left to right, correct? We said expression evaluates from left to right. If so, what would have happened actually here, correct? So in case of
It is
assignment,
evaluating from right to
yeah,
left.
so evaluating right to left, that's the important thing. Yeah, the expression gets evaluated from left to right, but whereas assignment executes from right to left. This is important to remember. They will give you this similar questions actually. They'll confuse you. So that's what I said. From a readability point of view, you better split it into multiple lines. Don't combine into one place. Okay. So that's an assignment operator. The execution order of execution is from right to left. That's an important thing to remember. And you're assigning always value from right side to the left. Okay. This is another famous I think problem you all will be knowing. Modifying in place. Okay, what exactly is modifying in place? Uh, oh, okay. Basically updating the same value. So shorthand operator. That's called modifying in place. For example, you write I is equal to I plus 1. So shorthand is what? I plus plus. Correct? But then we have got an operator to do the same. Instead of writing, let's say, okay, I think what I told you, I is equal to I plus 1, you will write it as I plus plus. Yeah, I plus plus is nothing but I is equal to I plus 1. How will you write I is equal to I plus 5 using this shorthand?
Uh, I plus is equal to 5.
Hmm. So that's what we are trying to understand. So there is plus is equals to. So we can shorten it by just saying plus is equal to 5. This is for addition. Let's say you want to multiply, then same thing. Yeah, or even multiplication. Multiplication and addition, both. Okay. So this is actually, yeah, from the same variable you are trying to get an output. See now they're saying, let's say you put some more things. In that case, okay, this might be a tricky one, I think. Yeah, people might ask you, okay, tell me what is the output of this. See, n is equal to 2, and they are saying n is equal to n star 3 plus 5. According to this, so a very rare and I think you need to remember, like especially when we have this in place assignment with an expression on the right side, you see, it is totally evaluating it to a different value. If you would have asked me, I would have said, okay, 2 star 3 will become 6. 6 plus 5 is 11 and 11. No, the answer is 3 plus 5 gets evaluated first. The right part evaluated first, same as n star is equal to 8. Okay, and since right side gets evaluated, so then now it is 2 multiplied by 8, which becomes 16. Something interesting to remember. Okay, increment and decrement. Just now I told you there is a plus 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 and minus minus. So can anybody tell me what is plus plus and minus minus? And what happens if I say plus plus I and I plus plus? Any difference between plus plus I and I plus plus? These are increment and decrement operators. This is same operators, correct? You see in JavaScript also we got similar operators. We don't have many different operators. I'm sure so far whatever you see the operators, they're almost there. Anybody know the difference? Plus plus I and I plus plus.
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Plus I means first, first, first increment, then the things.
Okay. I plus plus.
A plus plus.
So one is called pre-increment, another one is called post-increment. So plus plus where you will get, you know, incremented value. What all you are doing, logging, you are passing to a function. So you are going to get an incremented value because plus plus I. Whereas I plus plus, first you are going to print the value, first you are going to use the value whatever is there. After that, I plus plus will be executed, which means it is going to increment the value of I. That's why it's
Sir, I
called
think
post
we will
increment.
get that same value in both the scenarios, correct?
Yeah, in certain cases you get both the values. No. In what
Uh,
case you are saying, you are going to get the same value?
Suppose, for example, we can
See,
consider I
the
value
where
as
it where
5.
yeah, yeah, where it differs is, let's say if you are trying to display the value of I in the end, then it is going to be same. But what if you
Yes,
have an
sir.
assignment? So in this case, both are same. But this matters, this differs a lot. Let's say you're assigning it. Let's say I'm assigning x is equal to plus plus I and y is equal to I plus plus. Now, now what? Now x will be having a different value of y will be having totally different value of y. So x will have latest value, whereas y will have first it will assign the value, existing value, and then later increment. That's why it is called post increment. Okay. Okay. So again, similarly, we have got bitwise operators. Bitwise they basically operate in at a binary level, binary bit. Yeah. So one bit is like one byte is 8 bytes. Sorry, one byte is 8 bits, and these operators which actually work at bit level. So bit level actually you can check okay how these operators actually work. Yeah, conversion of that value into a binary bit, and on top of that how this R, X are not. Okay. So again usage wise very rare, but I think they're going to ask you, especially in MCQ if you're facing, they're going to ask you this kind of question. Okay, so read on this. Yeah, I think I'll leave it to you. So the last and important operator is called comma operator. It is rarest and most unusual operator. Okay, we use it for writing shorter code, so we need to know it in order to understand what's going on. Yeah, so using comma we can put several expression and then separated by comma. And now let's say in this case if you put 1 plus 2 comma 3 plus 4, then the output will be 7. So the last expression which is evaluating or the one is will be assigned to a. Yeah, so they're saying 1 plus 2 gets evaluated, but since it is not being assigned, it is being ignored. It won't do anything. 3 plus 4, it executes. You see, from left to right, it is actually getting evaluated. But in terms of precedence table, comma is the least actually, very low precedence. meaning the comma gets executed in the end. Getting what I'm saying? Comma operator gets executed in the very end. For example, in the for loop initialization section, we can also add a is equal to 1, b is equal to 3, c is equal to a star b. Yeah, they give you these kind of questions to tell you, okay, do you remember the order? Do you remember how the comma operator works? So to check all that knowledge, again to check you, do you know the assignment operator? So now, so a is equal to 1 getting executed, b is equal to 3 getting executed, and later, so these two values are used for computing what is c value. Why it is happening like that? Because the order of execution of a comma operator is left to right. Okay, rare but is used. People will ask you to confuse you from this list. Okay, I think we did cover a lot of operators: arithmetic, binary, unary, plus the, yeah, we got comma operator, assignment operator. What else? We got in place modification operator. So with that, I think we covered what is called operators. So next we have got what is comparison. So I think I'm not going to discuss more on it for now, but I will say, take it as a homework. In simple, I'll tell you what is this concept is all talking about. So how do we compare? We compare, either we check whether they are equal, okay, or we'll check not equals to. And JavaScript has got another comparison operator which is called triple equals to. So we will understand what is the difference between these three, or these two at least: simple assignment and ternary operator. Okay, so you read and come. I think I'll tell you there are a lot of differences also. So that basically helps you to understand what is the difference between double and triple equals to. All right. Okay, I think I'll stop here.